We stuck with it because we thought that if we went to court on this, it would force the government to take another look at the issue. And we expected another 2 or 3 years ahead of us in court, but it's just fantastic. It's our wildest dream. That's what we were after, funding to the end of high school. And if the Premier means what he says, then that's what he's given us, and we'll be celebrating for a long time.
The news came just as school was letting out for the summer. For these students at St. Pius High School, it was a prayer come true. For some, the government funding means they can return next year, something that seemed impossible only a few hours before.
I wasn't going to come back here. I didn't want to pay $1,000, and now my dad will say that, you can come back.
As the funding arrangement is phased in over the next 3 years, students in grades 11, 12, and 13 will finally escape the tuition fees they've been forced to pay in the past. For the Ontario government, the $40 million a year program is an unexpected and dramatic departure from a policy that stood since Confederation. Premier Bill Davis, himself a longtime opponent of separate schools, says it just didn't make sense to keep fighting.
We've seen the growth in the separate school system, the commitment of those supporters to it, and it really is, I think, the right step to take.
But Carleton Separate School Board trustee Rick Chiarelli says the Premier was really trying to avoid a court challenge from a province-wide alliance of Roman Catholic students.
For the past 115 years, people have been lobbying the government for full funding, and it wasn't until the court case was filed that we actually started to get action from the government.
In the past, separate school administrators have had to come up with some pretty imaginative ideas to keep their schools going. Now they say the lotteries and bingos won't be as important. The next challenge, they say, is to repair the damage of a century of underfunding. Michelle Lucas, CJOH News.